Welcome back to Tyrson Gaming. Today we're going to be talking about the GameSir G8 Galileo Plus. This is a wireless only mobile controller. The real question is it better than the Backbone Pro? Let's take a look. So, inside the box, let's open this up here, you will receive the controller itself, which we will be able to see in here. There's a charging cable underneath. You can see here that the controller is very well wrapped. It even has these little pads around the thumbsticks. You can stretch it out to tablet size, which is very handy for those larger tablets. You'll also find these rear buttons, which you don't get on the Pro. We're just going to remove these pads on here now. And you'll notice in the box here we've got another 3 thumbstick caps. These go on via magnets. So the first impressions of the controller were very good. I found that it feels very premium in your hands. It's very solid. There's texture on the grips. So this does feel like a cross between a Switch and a Backbone, but it's more sturdy. It's very sturdy. The G8 Pro connects with Bluetooth only. This means full wireless freedom, but you want to ensure the latency is minimal. So the buttons are quite clicky and responsive. The Hall effect sticks are a huge win. There's no drift, no dead zones, and the triggers have a nice travel resistance, but they're not analog. The D-pad feels great for your retro fighting games. There's no USB-C pass-through here. This is a fully wireless controller, and there is no 3.5mm jack for your headphones. But what you will get is total freedom with no cables, no ports, and no fuss. So the GameSir app lets you remap the buttons. You can tweak your stick response and save custom profiles. The G8 Plus also supports most Android games natively, plus cloud gaming services like the Xbox Cloud and GeForce Now. Now let's dive into how the G8 Pro actually feels in action. So here we are on the GeForce Now app, and we're going to go and play with Doom. So I've tested it out on some pretty varied games, including Doom for that fast-paced shooter feel, Expedition 33 for a bit of exploration, and yes, even Lawn Mowing Simulator for something chill but surprisingly fun. So here we are going to be loading up Doom on GeForce Now. I've already connected the controller to my phone. It was very easy. I just pushed this button, it started flashing straight away, went onto my Bluetooth settings, and it went straight onto my phone. I've seen a few reviews before I bought this saying you had to hold this down for so many seconds, wait for yellow rings and so on. I didn't do any of that, and it just worked straight away. So I'm using the Samsung Galaxy Fold 7 here. It's my personal phone, it's what I use all the time, and I find it is the best for playing the games. I think I've got to turn it around though. So I do. I've put it in the wrong way, so let's just flip that over. There we go. Make sure it fits properly. Now I've obviously opened up the wrong version here because it's telling me to load up the Xbox One. I actually normally use Steam, so it's probably going to end up restarting the whole game. We'll see how well this works. I do pay monthly for the GeForce Now, so the wait times are a lot faster. You can get it for free, and you pay a lot less money. I do feel like this is going to end up taking me to the Xbox version, which is a right shame. Oh, no, we want a Steam version. Excellent. Let's see how well this runs. I've never actually played Doom with the controller before I tried it on this device. I am a mouse and keyboard person, as I'm a PC gamer. But we'll give this a go. Apologise for any screen glare. We might have to tweak these settings as well. Oh, here we go. So the controller fits very nicely. You know, it's just like holding an Xbox controller. I could compare it actually a lot more to the ROG over there, which fits very nicely in the hands. Obviously ROG being a full gaming PC, we'll talk about that later. Where's it want me to go? Through here. See how long it's been since I played this game. I can't be able to find out what my health is. It's been that long since I've played. There we go, back to full health, I believe. It's actually very, very similar to playing on the ROG. The feel in the hands is almost identical. You can see how well it fits. I can't really turn it around to show. But considering I'm playing on a mobile device, one of the newest games, you know, that's out there, and the response is just automatic. I have no trouble here at all. Excellent. Okay, let's try up another game and see how it works. Spoiler warning for Expedition 33, I am quite far. So, again, I'm used to mouse and keyboards, so excuse me if I haven't got a clue what the controls are. So, again, responsiveness, brilliant. Every little movement I make is pretty much spontaneous, and this is even on cloud gaming using GeForce. The buttons just feel very good in the hand. We're going to come down to what I'm going to loosely call a fight here. Oh, there's something there that I've not picked up. That's cool. So let's find someone who will actually fight. There's probably not really too many. In fact, I can't see a single enemy. Let's come along here. Okay. So we are going to have a quick battle here. Just so we can see what it feels like. Using the G8. So Expedition 33 here. It's not going to take me very long to kill these enemies, but we'll just go into it quickly. Oops, I killed them straight away. Oh, no. Oh well. Let's just destroy this lot. There we go. So other than missing on those perfects, again I am used to PC. I can't blame that on the controller in any way. That was all me. But it's just amazing that a phone can run this well with a handheld controller. I have tried many before. I've got a Razer Kishi. I always found that the Kishi had that delay, so I stopped using it completely. It's sitting on a desk somewhere. After costing me more than this did. I think I picked this up for about 60 quid on Amazon, whereas the Kishi was about £100 from Argos. I think I used it a handful of times before I never touched it again. This is just such a lovely controller to use, and it's so comfy, even with my hands resting on the desk. I know I'm not feeling any of that horrible weight that you get in some of the heavier controllers, or again with the ROG, I can't hold that while resting on the desk. I have to have my hands up, otherwise it tends to hurt my arms. And I think next I will actually show you the difference between the two. So I'm just going to come off of this game. We're just going to close this down and remove my phone quickly. So we're comparing the two. side by side. Obviously this is a full gaming PC with the screen inbuilt, unlike say the Galileo, which is obviously just for mobile gaming on its own. So this is a lot heavier, as would be expected. Sizing wise, there's not that much in it. If you imagine, once I've got the foldable in there, I am going to be about this big. It's about the same size. The ROG's got the same sort of button layout on the back as well. It's very, very similar. Almost like they've taken a page out of the ROG's books there. I'd say, other than that, maybe the thumbstick being a bit lower on the Galileo when compared, they're both incredibly comfortable. I love the ROG. I've got it over the Steam Deck for the native Xbox. This is just such a comfortable handheld. So in all of these games, the wireless G8 Plus felt super responsive. The Bluetooth connection held up, as you saw. There was no noticeable lag, and the ergonomics really made a difference with the longer sessions that I've had whilst sitting on the sofa or in my Secret Labs chair. It's very comfy, it's intuitive, it definitely gave me that console-like feel, even though I'm playing on my phone. So in terms of the comfort, obviously, as I say, the Ally is a full handheld console. It's heavier, it's bulkier due to it being a gaming PC. It's being lighter and essentially turns your phone into a handheld. So if you prefer something less bulky and more like a traditional controller in your hands, the G8 Plus is much more comfortable. So how does the G8 Pro compare to a Backbone? Well, I've never actually received a Backbone. I've only played it on a couple of mates' ones before. It was the Backbone that I was going to get initially. However, I went for the G8 really because of the monthly subscription that Backbone won, and the fact that it's £170 in the UK on Amazon, whereas this is £60, and it had, you know, really good reviews online. The Backbone is slimmer. It's probably a little bit better for that on-the-go use because of that, but the G8 Plus is just so much better for handheld comfort. And in terms of build and input quality, well, you've got those Hall effect sticks and triggers. So that's a durability win straight away. The Backbone Pro only has the Hall triggers and the standard ALPS sticks. Now, when I heard that the first time, I didn't know what it meant. I game a lot, as I say, on PC. I don't really use controllers at all. I do have an Xbox controller that I use for my PC now and then, the Starfield one, but it's so rarely I get that out. It's more only for games like Monster Hunter, where using a traditional keyboard is next to impossible. So what does it mean? Well, it just means instead of a traditional potentiometer, I believe it's pronounced, where over time Hall effect sensors use magnetic fields to detect stick movement and trigger movement. The big benefit there being that there's no stick drift, and you get longer lasting precision. So basically it's built to stay accurate and reliable for a long time, which is obviously a huge plus. Now, in terms of customization, the G8 Plus definitely gives you a lot on the customization side. I've already seen that you can swap out these thumbstick caps for those ones that were in the box earlier, and these face plates here, they're all magnetic. I can't talk today. These just pop right off. I don't believe they've actually made any new ones yet, but for the G8, not the Plus version, you could get different coloured ones, and I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket ones that I've not looked into yet. Whereas the Backbone Pro, it does win out in terms of cross-device compatibility. You can change between different devices, Android, Apple and so on, a lot quicker than you can with this. The Backbone obviously has a very, very polished app. It was, I say, that was what sold me on the Backbone initially before I decided to come for this, was that app. There's a massive catch. A lot of the advanced Backbone features, they do require that monthly subscription. So while the Backbone Pro might have an edge in flexibility and that edge in syncing, you just know you might be paying quite a bit extra for those premium perks. So finally, what's my verdict? Well, if you care about comfort, durability and obviously complete wireless freedom, the G8 Plus holds on its own. I've tested it already on the Samsung Fold, on numerous different apps, including the Android own, the cloud gaming for Xbox, the Remote Play, which is still cloud gaming, but I control my Xbox through the phone, and the GeForce Now, playing those games I showed you earlier. and the performance was super smooth. You notice on the recordings I've made, there's zero drift, there's minimal latency, and it's just so comfortable in the hands. So ultimately, pros, as I say, Bluetooth, wireless freedom. Yeah, that charge through is going to be excellent for some people. Personally, I don't want my controller draining my phone battery, especially as the Fold has a smaller battery than, say, the S25. So being able to charge this separately is a big bonus. The Hall effect sticks and triggers, the ergonomics, the real modular hardware design, being able to take those things apart and being able to use the app to customize. The app's not great, but it does give you that customization. The only real cons being, if you want that charge through, unfortunately you haven't got it. There is absolutely no headphone jack. Hasn't really bothered me. I use my wireless heavies, H1Hs, or my Samsung Buds. Some of the more bulky phones, if you've got one that's a little bit older or has a big case, it might not fit very well. But without that USB-C that you need, you can move your phone around up and down, so on, to try and make it fit. And as I say, that GameSir app is far from being polished. Is it worth 70 quid? Yes, if you're after a wireless mobile controller that delivers real comfort and performance, it really is a solid choice. I am GameSir all the way. So please leave a comment below. Let me know, are you Team GameSir or Team Backbone, or is there another controller you prefer? And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell. And as always, stay sharp, stay sacred and game on.